Good afternoon, everybody. It is Wednesday, December 10th, 2025. It is 1 o'clock. Bring this meeting to order. I have roll call. Bill Squirk.
Here.
All right. Robert Doring.
Here.
Lynn. Here. Let's see, Becky Carrier. Anything from Becky and I?
No.
Here. And then Laura Onnen. Nope. Okay. I need a motion to excuse Paul Winchester from this meeting.
I make that motion.
Okay. Second. Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
And also from the city, I've got Becky Leach, project manager. Oh,
Hi.
Tim Hiles, grant manager, and Xander Johnstone is our IT. Welcome. Yeah, that's great. And then I have my two student liaisons, Kyla Eden and Malik Patton. Okay. I don't think I missed anybody, right? Nope. All right. I need an approval for the meeting agenda for today.
I'll approve it.
Okay, a
Get
second.
this meeting rolling.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, I need an approval for the minutes of the park board meeting on November 12th, 2025.
I'll make that.
I'll second. Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
I don't have the announcements, public communication. Do we have anybody online? Nobody online. No. Good deal. Fun, good. Jim, Jeff, do you guys have anything? Okay, no. Okay. All right, let's go right into it. Old business, 2025-26 budget request. Let's see, the walking path, we're still just kind of in a holding pattern on that one. If we can really do anything. I know this, Becky, you were gonna maybe get a bid with the last meeting.
I wasn't at the last meeting,
Right.
so if you can catch me up.
Yeah.
Um,
So in October, I think there was some miscommunication on who gets the bids. And I think maybe you thought that Parks Board gets bids. We
yeah,
get them for budget time. So when we have to go to council, we get a very general number.
and I know what happened with that was because, and I don't remember Jeff Byerly.
Yeah.
Had people that I thought he was gonna reach out to get like rock costs and things like that.
And he did. Yeah.
And I didn't actually, I never got like the actual quotes, but I also didn't ask for them. So anyway, that's, if that's where we're going, then yes, I can start getting costs for that.
Yeah, and we obviously have a little time because we're not gonna be able to do anything right now. So I think maybe closer to time, but if you could just keep that in the back of your burner on that.
Is this for the French drain too, or that drainage system?
It's just for the walking trail.
Okay.
Ricky's not here. So Ricky had mentioned to me that he and Alex at one point had an idea for the dog park drainage. It was suggested to us a while ago to tie the two in.
Not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea, but
Some
I mean,
water,
that's up to Ricky and what they're gonna do, but we weren't privy to what their idea was on how to fix the dog park drainage. So if they can fix it without having the French drains, then great.
Yeah.
But we still have a few months. So maybe Becky and Ricky can get together.
I'll have
What you
to
want to do is still a volunteer, 100% walking path is still volunteer.
Okay. That's awesome.
So it's just the cost of the rock. Yeah.
It would be the rock and then the stuff to go underneath it and some kind of edging.
Yeah. I don't know if we need edging, do we? We just mold it
Just-
right into the.
I think to do it right, we're gonna wanna grade out enough and put an edging in,
Like a,
but I'll ask some landscapers.
okay,
Yeah, what they.
Just to hold the material, is that what
Yeah.
you're thinking? Yeah.
all materials.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Any other questions on the walking path? Okay. Cameras. You're up, Xander.
Cameras.
Cameras, so Chinook and North Bay. So I know the skateboard park has cameras and their function are awesome. So thank you for that. How are we with cameras at North Bay and Chinook?
So the proposed cameras that I received a few months ago, those aren't going to work. The main
Right.
problem is going to be integration. There's a whole bunch of technological issues as far as that goes. The main issue is getting enough bandwidth out to those cameras. And I mean, of course, segregating the network equipment in a way that it's not gonna be accessible by public works employees. But the main thing is data right now. So at the North Bay Park, our We kind of have an option of maybe being able to create a Wi-Fi bridge from the airport. The problem is that the internet at the airport's also really, really slow, to the point that the camera that we have there, Coast actually thought that there was no network connectivity over there. So that,
So-
that's just kind of, to attest to how slow things are over there. Now, with the possibility of having fiber in the near future, we're optimistic that may create some more opportunities to have network connectivity in the parks, but right
Is
now,
that with the new company coming in, doing fiber? Okay. But that's not gonna happen though for months.
yeah.
So is this an opportunity then to upgrade the internet at the airport to tie into the North Bay Park?
That's a whole other project that is coming. We're done working with Lumen, our telco provider, to upgrade our lines right now. So
Okay,
after that's done, possibly, yeah.
what's the timeline for the airport to be upgraded from a Lumen perspective?
I just went, did a walkthrough at the city with CenturyLink
Okay,
to find out all the lines that we can cancel and prepare first.
okay,
And then we have lines across the city from the wastewater treatment plant and all the other phone lines being upgraded. So
okay,
the other option would be to go to possibly an LTE network for the park as far as data goes, using a cellular network. That was kind of maybe the temporary option that I proposed,
Mhm.
is having cellular cameras. Those ones, you can move around. So if you have a problem in one place, you have them there for a while, but that's all its own separate application. Things are motion activated. I've talked with the resource protection up in Quinault. They use those on their trails to watch for people entering who shouldn't be, and they work great. So and they work on cellular as well. So
and that would be okay with the guidelines that the municipality has? And the data storage for 30 days?
yeah, the problem is that, that information is not immediately accessible. That's one of the problems as far as integration goes. So they'd have to be checking in on that periodically, pulling off the data from the SD cards and.
So like, if, for example, so right now as it stands, especially North Bay Park, because that's one's get hit the hardest. We don't notice that there's a problem until the next day. So like the bathrooms, right? So somebody goes in to use the bathroom or clean the bathroom and they're destroyed. Not like we're catching it right away, but let's say the next day we go in, we're like, wow, what happened? We still have an ability to go back into the camera storage, right? The next day. So what you're saying though is like, the problem, if I'm hearing you correctly, the problem with the cell is like, you're not going to catch them right away.
Right, well, cellular, you would actually, you should be able to see them as it's happening.
Because they're motion censored, but we don't have. the
Not in
ability
real
to
time.
see it right in real time because we have to
Get the information.
get from the camera.
Right,
It wouldn't alert like,
No,
the
cellular,
police.
You can watch in real time. So what they have up in Quinault for the trails,
okay,
their cellular cameras, the resource protection officers have an application on their phone. And so once they get triggered by a vehicle going, they know exactly which camera to go to. So it's in real time with those ones, but
okay.
Yeah.
So then what was the negative then? Of those?
that's the option I proposed. I haven't heard anything back from anybody else.
Oh,
That actually sounds better than the original proposal. Is it? I mean,
I think so, but again, like I said, because they can be moved around too.
yeah,
is the cost substantial?
I don't believe so.
Okay, and then we're just waiting, and you proposed that to administration.
I think the last, Ricky might have been the last one.
Yeah, I wasn't part of the cellular conversation,
And
but
then he had taken that conversation to chief, and I don't know, I think they had a different plan of what they want to do with cameras.
Okay.
They already have. But the other thing is I actually have trail cameras in my office that are non-network connected that you would have to check after the fact, but those are something we could implement as far as having those set up. And if there is some graffiti or whatever, then you pull the cameras and check them, but.
I mean, at least it bridges a gap, because right now I feel like we're just throwing good money after bad,
Right.
right? Because we're constantly coming in and having to fix these problems where we have some kind of a Band-Aid until we can get to a more permanent solution. But maybe the trail cameras would be beneficial.
I think so.
Something.
Yeah, like you said, stopgap. I mean, right now we have nothing.
Right.
So,
Okay.
And the ones in your office. These are different.
These are just, yeah.
They just record. And they hold recordings for 30 days.
I mean, you probably have to pull the SD cards out and transfer them onto another medium
Okay.
for storage, but you retain them as long as you want.
Okay.
On days where you're gonna have, inclement weather, it's gonna use up a lot more data a lot faster. So
Oh, right.
the problem always kind of comes like if you don't have enough storage on there and it's not capturing things, or you're losing things because it's lapsing.
Mhm. Okay.
You have to be really diligent about maintaining that data manually.
So if administration approves, the cellular ones, how long does that take to get installed? Is it pretty quick or?
That should be pretty quick, yeah, as quick as purchasing and setting up a cell phone, essentially, because it's just an SD card.
Oh, okay.
Activated through Verizon,
Okay.
and an application usually through the camera provider.
Okay.
did you say on the trail cams, you have to physically go up and pull the SD card?
The ones I have in my.
Yeah. So you'd have to have somebody on a ladder or lift or something, get up and retrieve the information. And we'd have to find a way to monitor when the damage is occurring. Will they have a 30-day window or?
Yeah,
Well, like you said, though, it depends on a lot of
Storage.
factors.
Yeah. Right. There's a lot of moving parts to that, but at least it's a stopgap.
and those are battery operated, they run off of, so, I mean, depending on how much activity, we run through a lot of double A's.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Well, thanks. I appreciate that.
Great update.
Sounds like, the administration has the information. It's just have to decide what they want to do with that.
And then the main thing is that it needs to get approved by chief, but whatever they approve, I'm happy to set up.
Sure, okay, all right. Anything else? And that's the same with Chinook, correct? Because they can just go off of LTE, because.
Right.
Right, all right, so, Chinook's not as much of a problem.
I was gonna say, when was the last problem we had over there? Was it?
We did have somebody take all of the toilet paper and paper towels and stuff and put it into the other bathrooms, toilet and stuff. So we've just had one problem that I'm aware of, very minor compared to what happens at North Bay, which
North
is
Bay's,
a constant problem for the city. And the city is expending a lot of resources, money included, in fixing these problems. And we've tried to get locks on the bathroom doors, but that is not as easy as we thought it was going to be. Timed locks on the bathroom doors, excuse me.
And I think Ricky's still looking into that.
I think he is, but that doesn't matter. It's still going to be a problem. That park has just notoriously been a problem. So, okay. Any questions for Xander? Any questions about the cameras? Thanks again for the ones at Skateboard
Yeah.
Park.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Great, working perfect. We haven't had the toilet out there to get blown up, so.
We'll catch it if it does.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Lights at the skateboard park. We talked about that at one point. Buck Electric was
Yep.
doing a bit.
They put a bid in, MV or Schumacher came out and gave us an estimate and it's out to bid. Buck has turned their bid in already. The biggest thing with that is that the posts and the poles have to be engineered because of the wind and all that stuff. So that's why I had to go out to bid the way it did. We
Oh.
could, yeah. So anyway, those are due on Friday. So
Oh,
stay
okay.
tuned on that, but we are planning to go forward with that.
Oh, good. I think that's just gonna be safe all around
Yeah.
for everybody. Thank you. And so bids are out due Friday. So by next month, we'll definitely have an answer.
It'll go to council most well, it might be under the threshold, but if not, it'll go to council on the 13th.
Okay.
It should be.
Great.
And then I have an answer for you guys.
Oh, okay. So it'd be the February meeting then. 'Cause I
No,
think-
if it goes, it'll go in January.
Okay,
But it might be under the threshold of needing to go to council and then we can just get it started.
Okay, perfect. Anybody have any questions on the light? And the water fountain at Emerson, I know that we talked about sometime in 26. Okay. Basketball courts, I got a picture that they were being put up, the basketball backboards.
That's awesome.
So that.
Yep, backboards and nets look really good.
Good.
Went out there and got 'em up.
I think we can finally take that off.
Yep.
Yay, okay. I love crossing stuff off. So thank you to the city for doing that. Really appreciate that. RCO grant. Tim, how are we doing with that?
Well, still can't do anything till, as far as the plan goes, until February, but just,
Well, we got to put the plan together to submit it.
right. I've been really looking at volleyball. And I'm having a hard time finding, just telling Stacy, I'm having a hard time finding the surface that I'd like to get. It's kind of an acrylic surface. They do have like these rubber tiles, is what they call them.
They're like rubber tiles.
Mhm.
Yeah, and they seem like they're safe for one. And they lock together, they interlock together. The only thing that would worry me is somebody taking them. So I don't
Worry
know.
about weather.
They're supposedly weather resistant, so.
Did the school have a preference?
Thinking of like their volleyball team coming and playing.
Well, it wasn't really a school, it was.
We had talked
just.
It was just mainly just out. Of course, the kids would use it, but it wasn't. Like the school wasn't gonna use the court for.
I thought you would
matches or
talk to
anything.
them about it just for.
No, I talked to the kids about what they would like to see on there, and
Oh,
I
gotcha.
looked for that particular type of acrylic. I saw it somewhere in one of my searches, and I can't find it now. It's just like, where is it? What, somebody mentioned it in one of the websites, but all I keep coming up with is the tiles now, so.
So I can make a call to Jeff Byerly. Jeff Byerly, to remind everybody, he was on our board for a while and his background is in playground development. And that's what he did for his career. So he's just an endless resource for us here. He said, anytime you need anything, I can make a phone call. He might.
That would be great.
Okay,
That would be great.
sure. I can do that. So what else? I mean, we were just getting the bids for all the things that we had gone over on the list.
From last time, I can't remember what all we had on there from last time. Playground equipment, I know is pretty paramount.
So
Volleyball was definitely top of the list.
do we need to reach back out to Playground Structures, who we use for Chinook? Because I know that we're just gonna replace the playground equipment that's in the same area. It's not like we get to create whatever one we want. We're restricted within the area. So that restricts what playground equipment can go back in there.
Yeah, we wanted to stay in the same footprint, obviously, that's what you're saying.
That's a better word, yeah. So, did we reach out to maybe them, because I know for.
No, I have not.
Like number one on the state list.
Yeah, they are, and they're real communicative too, as far as getting responses, so.
Yeah.
They were great to work with.
What are they called?
Play Creations,
Association.
and I can send you their contact.
Okay,
Chris? Okay. Questions. So he'd be really good if you just gave him the area, he would be able to give you suggestions on which playground structures would fit in there.
Yeah.
And with a pretty good rough estimate of cost.
yeah, because I've looked at them before, they have several different plans for different types of play stuff, so
Mhm.
definitely already, I don't want to be the one making the decision on it. I don't know what everybody wants.
They'll send options.
He'll send
Yeah.
options. The last time when we chose for Chinook Park is we had more time. I don't really think we really have the time, or maybe we do, but we let the kids here choose. We gave them 3 options and they got to pick which playground they wanted.
I think there's time for that. We probably wouldn't want to do anything. So, well, you're not gonna be able to do anything as far as grant goes till spring, the earliest, I think.
But they still need to know that we want.
The deadline's April, and then whenever the awards usually a month or 2 after that.
Okay.
So
Does the grant, I'm sorry to interrupt, does the grant need to know exactly which equipment or just like an estimate?
They just need an estimate, right?
I'm sure they want a cost estimate, so
Yeah.
we'd have to figure all that out.
Okay.
And that's.
But we talked about the basketball resurfacing.
I didn't look into that. I was focused, laser focused.
Does the company that we used for the tennis court resurfacing do basketball court?
No, because the basketball court would just be asphalt, so we could reach out to Lakeside or
Okay,
the other one, pavement surface control, I think.
no, just the big side, yeah.
So would it be like a slurry that goes over the top, right? Not talking about removing the asphalt.
Yeah, we can just top it.
And then we talked about seating and we did talk about a new shed, storage shed for right now, because the current one is just falling apart. And we also talked about new doors, putting that in there for the new doors for the bathrooms.
Oh, yeah,
Mhm.
that's a good idea.
And then, I think that was it. I mean, I had a lot of ideas. I think that was it. Nothing at the baseball, right? Nothing there. We said no to, right? And we said no, or maybe Frank said no to, the covered picnic area, which I thought would have been a good thing because it's in your capital facilities plan.
Barry's working, he's starting work on it. The first thing that he needs to do is the supports for the posts are all rotted out, so those are being shipped. They've been manufactured and they're being shipped, so he'll be able to get those in.
Okay.
Then, replace all the rotted things and paint it and make it tip top. That'll happen.
Yeah, I know that the concrete was really cracked and sliding down the one side.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
We could maybe get a cost to lift it.
But anyway, okay, but we said no to that. What am I missing?
I think that was it. I was trying to
Yeah, we
remember
had
the
the
list.
list, yeah.
Yeah, volleyball.
Yep.
Seating, you said resurfacing,
Playground.
playground, yeah.
And then some doors, some new bathroom
Yeah,
doors.
and we talked about,
And then a new storage shed
yeah,
for to replace the shed. that
Oh, we also talked about some seating.
Seating.
for volleyball.
Seating.
I can get a couple of bleachers pretty.
Okay, all right, so like we're coming along. Okay. So you reach out to Chris Donnelly
Oh, yeah.
at Play Creations or, okay. Yeah, he's great. He's very communicative. All right, does anybody have any other questions about the grant?
just so when, the submittal date is, February, is that right? Tim?
No, I can start on it in February. They start taking applications.
Oh, okay,
And-
Middle date, I believe, is April 30th, I think.
so the process is you'd ask for a specific amount.
Yeah, based on what our needs are, what our wants are, they just ask for that amount
Okay,
or more. We just have to be careful because of the match, the 30% match.
yeah, and that was kind of the question too, so we thought, well, one way around that is to back into it, but I don't know what, no one,
Well, it's up to city council to determine what.
Yeah.
yeah,
It's gonna be a good sell. We have to sell it though, so. I think that we've touched on a lot of important things for that park, so. I think we're in the right direction.
yeah, so yeah, finding out where the pitch point is for the budget. you know, and then we can
Yes.
say, okay, here. Cause it is a what, 60% match?
30.
30.
Okay, all right. So yeah, 70%
It's
free.
reduced from 50, and I think that
Pretty good.
That's actually pretty good. So,
Pretty good.
yeah.
I think that just needs to really be explained to council that it's a 30% match, not 50, which is a requirement, or where our requirement's less.
Well, the two biggies would be the volleyball and the playground, and the rest of the stuff is, you know, pretty insignificant. So,
I think,
Compared to those.
yeah,
Yeah.
volleyball is just a big hitter there, really.
And the playground equipment is very expensive.
Is it?
Oh yeah, that's
Right.
probably gonna be about 90 grand.
Oh, really?
Mhm.
Okay.
It was 85 last time.
And that was 2.5 to 3 years ago, so.
So safely, it's probably about a 200 grand deal.
It's, I mean, luckily we have a footprint we can't go bigger on, so,
What's Chris's last name again?
Donnelly. It's Donnelly.
I think we should look at, if we're doing playground equipment, the swing, are you thinking swing sets too?
The whole thing.
Yeah, okay.
We have,
Oh.
that's correct.
Okay.
That whole footprint gonna be replaced, absolutely.
I think there's a lot of usage over there. The times I've been inspecting, I think daycares use it, or I thought it was a daycare because a van and a lot of little guys got out and played on it. I always see kids over there playing, but
It's a great park.
yeah, it is. It's a really good location.
It's our main park. It's the main one. So yeah, for sure. Okay, great. Any other questions on the grant? Thanks, Tim. Next up is the outreach. So Robert, you questions, and everybody got the email with the questions that I did. I have, so up here are the original questions that were emailed to us. So just to remind everybody that these are just questions of the parks that we're looking for feedback from the community to see how, what their thoughts are. Do they like them? What, if they do, what do they like about them? You know, what did we do right? What did we do? What can we do better? All those kinds of things. And I think this is going to be really important, especially if we're going to council and asking them to give us some money to redo another park. So this feedback is really pretty vital. So I have, I'll go first because I have some feedback. Okay. So I think my first question would be, the first question to each park is, are you aware that Chinook Park or Skateboard Park or Emerson Park underwent renovation? Because I think there's some people out there that aren't aware.
Or new people to the community too.
Pardon?
Or new people to the. community.
Absolutely. Yep. And so, you know, whether that question is yes or no, if it's no, then I just think they skip ahead. I just don't think that the questions are relevant. They're not going to be able to answer them if they're not aware. So, with that being said, then I liked a lot of these questions. I liked, you know, have you used the park since the renovation? Has the park added value to the outdoor? I love that question. Do you feel that it's welcoming, safe? Great. At Chinook, do you use the boat launch? Do you use the dock? The only thing at Chinook is the trails. We don't have a trail. We don't have a walking path right now. So I suggest taking that question off. Do you use the playground? And then also adding, do you use the ADA wheelchair swing? Because that is an amenity at that park. Has the park been clean when you visited, including the bathrooms? I would add to that section of it. And then if they say no, maybe have a section saying, well, please elaborate on what was not cleaned. So is it?
See, do you want to put that in the survey? Because there's always going to be times when it's not clean.
Sure.
I mean, that's just the nature of a park.
Yeah.
And we do the
I
inspection.
mean, I think I want to know, right? That's why we do the inspections, but I mean, maybe, I think asking for their feedback, what is it that they don't find clean, but we don't need to ask that if.
That's just a thought. Can
I would
I
ask.
step back a little bit? Where's Emerson Park on all this?
Yep, good question. I added that.
Oh, okay. I saw Chinook and I saw the skate park.
Yeah.
I didn't see Emerson. So, and it's
Yeah,
different.
nobody told me anything about.
I don't
Well,
remember
they were all
Emerson.
three- Yeah, all three were renovated. That's okay. We'll add it. We're adding it. I don't know. What do you guys think about asking? if it feels clean, if not, what do you guys think?
You know, it's probably a valid question. I was just looking,
I like it when people use their words. Give me more input than yes or no.
Okay. Robert, you have anything?
No.
Okay.
yeah, I
Um,
like the blanks too.
Mhm.
Why?
Yeah, give me more input.
That
um,
leading question. into it.
I like that we were asking about recycling cans because we've been asking for recycling cans, so that was good. And then I did say, are you aware that the park is going to add a new walking path instead of, do you know that the park is going to add? So just kind of switch some words around there. Those are my feedback, oh, wait, hang on. And then please check, how do you and your family use the park? Do you use it for fishing, picnics, dog park? I added ADA wheelchair swing in there. And then also, how often do you visit the park? Daily, a few times a week, a few times a month. And then instead of seasonally, I thought only when the weather is nice, but we can keep seasonally. And then do you have any comments on improvements? So those are my feedbacks on the Chinook piece of it. So we'll just stick to one park at a time. What does anybody else have any feedback on the Chinook?
I just a little, well, on right under the survey or questionnaire statement. I thought maybe we should add just to explain the purpose of the survey, you know, that we're looking
Okay.
to,
Oh, you want to like
how
an
these were
introduction?
utilized. Yeah, kind of set the stage for
Okay.
why are we doing, I don't know, that's.
Yeah,
you know,
I like it.
how it's utilized and possible future enhancements. I really liked in fact, I had like, how often do you use the park? I had this as number one. I like the, how you and your family use the park with the fishing, picnic. I think if you had that, you wouldn't necessarily need a lot of the other stuff, the dock. Well, like you said, the trail isn't there.
Mhm.
But like you said, I guess more information is better than that. Let me see, and that is,
The only other thing is on the trail, adding the trail. Do you guys want to add to that? Are you aware the park is going to add a new walking path? Do you want to add another question saying, yes, if they say yes, say something like, do you,
Would you?
well, would you support this amenity? But I know in our original outreach we did, that was one of the biggest feedbacks was yes. So I don't think we have to add that because we have that data already.
And if we're gonna do that, what's the approximate length of it?
Okay, so the walking path, the exterior is a 1/4 mile.
But I mean, that
So 4
gives
times
people an
around is 1
idea.
mile.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, that was the feedback I had. The next one was, I changed it to skateboard park, just not skate park. And then again, the first question is, are you aware that the skateboard park installed new ramps in 2023? Yes or no? And if it's a no, then just on. I liked all the questions on there. I just changed skate park to skateboard park again, and then does the current skateboard park meet the needs of the user? I changed seasonally to when the weather is nice. Is there something that can be done to make the park useful for those that do not skateboard? Comments on improvements. So that one was great. What about you, Bill? Any?
I just did
feedback?
the renovation because it was created, not renovated, so I.
Yeah.
Same thing. But other than that, no, I agree with
Okay.
comments.
And then, yeah, Emerson Park is one that we've just redid. So again, the question was, are you aware that Emerson Park underwent resurfacing of the tennis courts and installed 4 pickleball courts in June of 2025? If it's no, then they just go to the end of the survey. Well, actually, if it's no, then they skip ahead to a library question, which I'll get to in a second. So have you used Emerson Park since the resurfacing in addition to pickleball courts? Has the park added value to your outdoor activities? Does the park feel welcoming, safe, useful? All the same questions that you had above. Is there comfortable seating? Has the park been clean when you visited? Have you experienced any maintenance issues? Are there accessibility challenges? Does the current park meet the needs of the user? How would you like to see recycling cans at this park? How often do you use the park? And then is there anything that can be done to make the park more useful? And then this question I added, are you aware that you can check out pickleball equipment for free at the library? Because we're doing that and starting in March, going to be available for 1 week, 2 sets. So I thought I'd add that
Is
question.
that beginning of March? Okay, I need to make sure the nets go back out.
Okay. That's the plan of the library. If it changes, I'll let you know. And then I added this question and I'm not sure. What, if any, feedback do you have for the Parks Board / city in regard to the 3 parks listed? This is a very general question.
I think it's a good question. I think it's
Okay.
great.
Do we want to just keep this about these 3 parks only? Because we can always ask a very general question about maybe what other park would like to see renovated, but I feel like we should just keep it to this and then maybe in the future ask what other parks they want to see renovated like we did before.
Kind of see what the feedback is
Yeah.
and then,
Cause they may include that in your feedback as well.
They
yeah,
could.
that's a good point. They could.
When you put too much out there, it's too much.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought too.
Yeah.
It's more like a 4-page questionnaire, at the
Yeah.
doctor's office.
And then I'm gonna check halfway through and move on.
I don't do surveys.
Speed yes and no.
Yeah,
So what do you guys think about some of the feedback? Sound,
I like the, I think that makes sense.
all right. So I can make the changes and send them.
Yes, and I was gonna say, if you can send them to me,
Yeah.
I'll redo it.
Okay. This is gonna be on Survey Monkey, right, Nicole? So,
Get it to me.
okay.
Well,
Right.
And then we'll also try to release it on, I don't know how we would keep track of it
What do you mean?
on social media.
I think if you share and
Oh,
encourage
yeah.
people to
And the city
To
will.
go
put
to-
it on
Well,
Survey.
there you go.
go to the Survey Monkey
So
link,
that's what we'll do is we'll go to the social media and then point them to
to the Survey Monkey link, yeah.
And then, the city maybe can put it on their website. They've done that for us in the past on their phone to go there. Could we generate a QR code that we could put at the
I
post
think
office?
Survey Monkey already does, includes one for the radio board when I did theirs. I had put it on their agendas actually as well.
Okay. Could we do a QR code and put it at the post office
Yeah.
to scan to go, and then maybe at all the parks
Yeah.
on
Mhm.
all the parks?
just laminate something.
Okay, is that possible, Nicole? I don't
I
know.
believe so. I believe that Survey Monkey will generate a QR code to go straight to the survey.
What about laminating a QR code kind of big that we can put
Easy.
at the, okay,
Laminating's so easy.
okay. I don't want to
We
make
got
it
that
work for
easy.
anybody, so if you need us to do it, let me know. I don't mind doing that. Thank you, you guys, for doing that, so.
I might give them to you to have you guys put them up, but I can.
Sure. Okay, yeah, that's fair, totally fair. We can do that. Absolutely. I think there's only a few parks that have that ability anyway, so. Marine View, Chinook, North Bay. Have a board. That's it. I'm not seeing one at another park that has a board.
You can put them up on other
Texmore, does
areas.
Texmore, no, Texmore doesn't have one.
You can put them up on other areas at a park. It doesn't have to be on a board too.
Chinook has a
Sure.
board.
Chinook does have a board, yeah.
Yeah.
Like Texmore has the seating area, so you can put it on the wall, the seating area, so when people sit down, they can see it.
Oh, good
Or
point.
it also because it's a park that has a water entrance, there should be the sign that talks about the water allergy. and
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah,
So
that's
you can
what I
put it
was
up on that
talking
board
about.
too, because people are have to read that at the park.
What about the school? What do you think the school would want to do? Would the school be willing to put a QR code for feedback from the students?
Yeah, we
Could-
could put them up in the school. Yeah, it could be put up in the office. We have bulletin boards that we could put up on.
Okay, that'd be great.
Yeah, we can share it around the school social media too.
There's also
Know how many
local
QR
businesses.
codes you guys would want.
I have friends that
good
own
point.
businesses out here.
Okay,
I have friends that own businesses out here. They'd put them up at their business.
okay.
Yeah,
Perfect.
piece of cake.
How long do we want the survey up for? Typically in the past, a good survey is about 90 days.
That's what I was thinking.
And we can extend it if you guys want to, if you're not getting enough response. That's what we did with the radio board as well.
Okay, all right, so we want to just try for 90 days.
Yeah.
Should we try for the first of the year and then go until
Mhm.
the end of March?
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah,
idea.
Q1, get it done in Q1 and then we'll have
Right.
the
Okay.
stuff for Q2.
Any other questions? Gives us time to go. Okay, perfect. Get people through the holiday. No one's thinking about parks right now. All right, thanks a lot, you guys. There's no new business, there's no discussion, park inspection report. I stopped at review. And I will go back. We talked last time about the signs, and if they were fading. And, Marine View's the one that's facing the west. Looks maybe a little bit that needs, I don't know. It seems like that's the way they were supposed to look, but it looks a little faded, especially right now. It's very gray. It's really hard to tell if that's not just because of the weather. But it wasn't too bad. But other than the water level's really high right now, the Marine View was fine. I did go by Spinnaker just because I always go by Spinnaker anyway. And that park is fine. I know Becky's not here, but that park is totally fine. So I'll speak for her. Bill, you had Chinook and North Bay, and I know, thank you. You sent me a picture of the sign.
Oh, yeah,
Thank you.
yeah, I think the sign at North Bay is probably one of the newer ones. After looking at Chinook and looking at it, I think it's probably, and it's under plastic or plastic.
It looks is really old, isn't it?
I think they were like, Kristen said, they're kind of designed to look a little faded, I thought. But I couldn't tell if they were faded. I mean, I think
They were all done at the same time.
North Bay was better than Chinook. Chinook wasn't bad, and I think somebody pressure washed it or something. It had a little bit of mold or something, or maybe debris from the dirt, mud and stuff splashing on it. But just real slight. I mean, it didn't. I got up to and that was kind of discoloring it a little bit. But Chinook, of course, got more graffiti. So,
Chinook got more.
or not Chinook, North
Oh.
Bay. Sorry.
Oh, it did? Got tagged?
Yeah. So
Where
same.
did it get tagged? at?
Same place in that little corner in the
Covered?
covered area. Somebody went and wrote all kinds of stuff in there with blue spray paint. So everything else looked pretty good. All the bathrooms are in fair shape.
Just paint it that color that they keep using.
I mean, right? Great idea.
Hey, that's a really good idea.
When I saw the blue paint on his hands, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
Have the red can. I thought we nipped that in the bud, because I'm pretty sure I know who it was.
so that was Chinook, North Bay, or excuse me, that was
North
North Bay. Chinook was good, other than the water standing. Oh, and thanks to the city back to North Bay for patching that pothole going down to the water. So that's all done. Looks great. Yeah. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, Paul's not here, so I don't know. I didn't take a look at his. Did he say anything in the email that his parks are okay?
He did not say that. He just said, I'll see you next.
Okay, that's fine. Why I'm trying to read it without my glasses, sorry. Laura is not here, so Robert, you have Texmar and the Lions Club.
Yeah, I didn't take any pictures because of, like we said, the grayness and everything on it. But I will as soon as we get a decent day of clearing, I'll go back out because Texmar is the one that I found that was pretty faded.
I would agree with you on that.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And it just could be just the exposure of the sun on these signs.
That's what it is. Mhm. Just the elements.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But no, parks look fine.
Okay, awesome. Okay, Stacy.
Gunderson, a bench fell down. There's standing water, but everything else looks great. The sign looks perfect. It looks brand new. I was literally there at noon today.
Okay, great.
And then,
Yeah, the bench always falls over and then.
yeah, I figured as much. And then South End Canal, the sign looks perfect.
Okay,
Everything's perfectly fine there.
okay. Maybe in a few years, maybe the city just replaces all the signs because it's time, as I think that, well, I know for a fact that the signs were the pre-2020, so that was Michael Darling's thing. That's what he did as the
Oh, they're
chair.
that old?
So, well, he was on the board in 2019.
Okay.
So, but I don't know when they were bought. But you sit on the look and Carver's too, so. Well, we're talking the city signs, the tall.
Oh,
That's
that are
what
all
I'm
the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the wood carved ones, those are gone. The Chinook one's gone. It's been gone since we renovated the park. It's just now the city, the big,
Right.
that's got the, that's put, on the post and it's got the
Yeah,
oyster shells, those signs.
I can picture it.
So those were done. I don't know what year that, I'm sure it wouldn't take that much work. I bet you it was 2018, 2019. So we're going on 6, 7 years.
Yeah.
That's pretty good life for
It
this
really
town.
is for out here.
So, okay. All right, so we're back at public communications. Nobody online, right?
Nope, nobody.
Hi. How's it going? Anything? Got something? Okay, all right. Tom's not here for council liaison report. Ricky's not here, but unless you.
Yep, I have an
Becky,
update from Ricky.
oh, great.
The gravel that was put in at Texmar, the gravel has been put in at Texmar Park.
Oh, okay,
And so that piece is done.
okay, thank you. Oh, good. Like that little park. All right. Student liaisons, anything to report?
No, I don't have anything to report.
Only question I had is at North Bay, is there still sand, just like patches of sand everywhere? Or is it like growing grass?
You mean in the general area?
Yeah.
I walked it, I did.
And stuff like that.
Oh, that's like a tree.
Well, the tree, yeah, there's still a bare spot where the tree was. That hasn't grown up yet, but other than that, I didn't really notice. Grass is kind of sketchy anyway, so. But the sketchy grass isn't growing where
No
the tree
goat
is, so.
No go ahead right now, that's for sure.
No goat heads,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see, reports for me, I've got a foundation meeting tonight, Parks, Foundation meeting is tonight, been in communication with, Keitha in regards to the pickleball, rentals starting next year, there's gonna be a big splash about that. And then, after the next, no, they're in February, the next Parks Board meeting. I think it's the next day, there's gonna be a Coco's, and Cookies event for the Parks Foundation. You guys would think I'd remember exactly what day that was, so I apologize. It's gonna be at 5 o'clock, on February, 12th. So look for that if you want to come and learn all about the foundation. There's going to be Cocos and cookies. Reminding you guys. And I just want to say, I hope everybody has a fantastic holiday and New Year. And thank you very much for all your hard work. I really, really appreciate the board. We do really good things in this city, and I'm really proud of what we do, and we do make a difference. And let's not forget that we do. So thank you very much for that.
Well, thanks back at you.
Yes, thank you.
Anyway, Bill, you're up. Do you have anything?
I have nothing to report, I'm sorry.
Okay, no, don't be sorry. Let's see, Becky's not here, Paul's not here, Laura's not here, Robert. Stacy.
I have nothing to report.
Okay, all right, next meeting is January 14th at 1 o'clock, right here. It is 1:49. I need a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thanks, you guys.